Hello everyone. Today we'll be taking up with 4 questions of contract costing, and this type of concept will wind up today. Rest practice you can do on your own because a lot of practice has been taken up already. So 2 questions 21B and 22C I'll solve on the screen, and 2 questions 17A and 20B you'll be doing entirely on your own. Okay. So look at the examinations questions 21B. The following details relate to a contract that took exactly 1 year for the completion. Means we can say that this is a question on completed contract. It is not a question on incomplete contract. So there will not be any notional profit. Okay, there will be no notional profit over here, because notional profit comes into existence only when there is an incomplete contract. Materials issued will come on the debit side, direct wages debit side, cost of, now this special plant when it comes across, then we don't have to record the plant's opening and closing value, because in 1 year the contract is also over. So there will be no value of closing balance of plant at the end of the year. So whenever this special plant comes, you remember that we will record depreciation itself on the debit side. Okay, so this you can mention as a note, important note. You can mention this as an important note in your notebook. Normally for plant what we record is opening balance on the debit side, or cost of plant on the debit side, and closing balance on the credit side. But if special plant, okay, if special plant is used, special plant means it is used for this contract only. You don't have that machinery being used in any other contract. Exclusively for this contract you purchase that plant and machinery. So directly depreciation itself you will show on the debit side. So if special plant is used in a contract, okay, if special plant is used in a contract, then directly depreciation will be recorded on debit side. Okay, directly depreciation will be recorded on debit side. So here we'll not record the value of plant on the debit side and then closing balance of plant on the credit side. We will directly record the depreciation on the debit side. But when a special plant is mentioned in the question. Okay, so I repeat the logic again. Special plant used in the project means exclusively for this contract only this plant and machinery is purchased. It is not going to be used in any other contract. So this plant and machinery's depreciation will be directly debited to P&L account, because this plant and machinery will not remain at the end of the year to be used in the next year in any other projects. Next, direct expenses, debit side, establishment charges, debit side. Now here we don't have work certified, uncertified, because it's a completed contract. We don't have any closing balances of materials and plant because it is a completed contract. So those things won't come on the credit side. The contract price was rupees 2,18,750. Now normally what we have been writing against the contract price, no entry, because what we record on the credit side is work in progress. But here contract price itself will be recorded on the credit side of contract account because it is a completed contract. Okay, this is a very different question asked in exams. That's why I'm taking up in the video lecture. Otherwise similar questions I would have asked you to do on your own itself. In this question, contract price will be recorded on the credit side. Reason, it's a completed contract. So we don't have work in progress or work certified or work uncertified. The contract is completed. So contract price itself is your revenue or main income, which will come in contract account on credit side. And was fully received. So no notional profit. Since the money is also fully received, entire balance will be transferred to P&L account. Okay, so this question will not have 3 parts in contract account. Second part, why it will not be there? Notional profit, P&L account, reserves, because entire amount of first part will go to P&L account. 2 reasons why entire part will go to P&L account. One reason, the contract is completed. Second reason, the cash is fully received. Yes, if the contract is completed but cash is not fully received, then also we will have 2 parts, because what will we study in the table then? 100% complete contract notional profit into cash received upon work certified. But that is to be done when cash received is less than the contract price. But here full amount of contract price is being received, so no need to find the notional profit. We'll have no notional profit. Entire balance of contract account will be directly transferred to P&L account. Only one part is to be made in contract account. Okay, I repeat, even in completed contract, notional profit can be there if full cash is not received. Then you'll make the second part and you'll make the workings also. Notional profit into cash received upon contract price would be transferred to P&L account. At the end of the year, prepare the contract account for the year ended 31st December 2017. So pause the video and make this format, every one of you. Okay, pause the video and make this format. Yes, I hope everyone has done the formats. So let us record the things now. Very first is material issued 70 to 500 will come on the debit side. So all of you write down to material issued 72,500. Then direct wages 93,750 debit side. There is no outstanding because the contract is completed. So outstanding amount is also not there. Directly in outer column, to direct wages with the amount of 93,750. Then cost of special plant. So here I told you we'll directly record the depreciation of 20% on debit side. 37,500 is 20%. That is 7,500. Directly you'll write to depreciation of special plant. And amount is 37,500 into 20%, that is 7,500. Keep this in mind. This we will do only in case of special plant. Okay, this we will do only in case of special plant. Otherwise, we won't be doing this. Okay. So you all can underline here or circle here. Because the word special is given, then only we have to do it. Otherwise, we don't have to do this. Next, direct expenses debit side 15,000. Okay, direct expenses will come on debit side. To direct expenses 15,000. Then after direct expenses we have establishment charges 10,000. So that will again come on debit side. To establishment charges 10,000. To establishment charges 10,000. Then after establishment charges, contract price I told you 2,18,750 we will write in contract account on credit side, and also the amount is fully received. So by contract price, okay, by contract price 2,18,750. Now whatever balance remains would be straight away transferred to P&L account. There is only one part of contract account over here. So first we'll do the total of credit side, which is 2,18,750 itself. Write 2,18,750 on both the sides, everyone. Now all of you do it. 2,18,750 minus 2,18,750 minus 72,500 minus 93,750 minus 7,500 minus 15,000 minus 10,000. Whatever balance remains, 20,000 balance remains, that will be straight away transferred to profit and loss account. Okay, straight away it will be transferred to profit and loss account, balancing figure. No workings, nothing is required for 7 marks. It has been asked in exams. Very, very simple question. Remember this thing, whenever it's a question on completed contract and full amount of contract price is received in cash, then in that situation, only one part will come in contract account and full amount will be transferred to profit and loss account. I hope everyone is clear with this. Look at question number 22C. One more question, 22C, I'll do over here on the screen, and then I'll discuss the rest 2 questions which you'll try on your own. So look at question number 22C, be attentive. From the following information, find out the amount to be transferred to profit and loss account. Okay, amount to be transferred to profit and loss account. and also amount of reserve profit of contract. It should be not contract. Cost of work certified 82 lakhs, uncertified 3,20,000. Contract price, contract price 95 lakhs, notional profit 8,22,000. Cash received is 90% of work certified. Now see, in this question we don't have to make any contract account also. It's a 4 marks objective or short question what has been asked. We directly have to find the amount to be transferred to P&L account and reserves only. So only that workings what we used to make we have to do. Okay. First from work certified and from the contract price we'll find the percentage of work done. Those two workings, main workings what we used to make. So first let us find percentage of work done. All of you write down percentage of work done is equal to work certified divided by contract price into 100. Work certified divided by contract price into 100. Now work certified is 82 lakhs divided by contract price is 95 lakhs multiplied by 100. Check it everyone. 82 lakhs divided by 95 lakhs into 100. 86.315, that is 32%. 86.32% work is done, which we already know that it is always coming between 51 to 90% only in our examples. So what amount will be transferred to P&L account? Therefore, amount to be transferred. Now here don't write the short form P&L account because it is the main question asked. So write completely. Amount to be transferred to profit and loss account. This is one question asked in your question. What amount will be transferred to profit and loss account? So based on this 51 to 90%, 2/3 into notional profit into cash received upon work certified. Okay. So 2/3 into notional profit, that is 8,22,000 already given in the question, into cash received upon work certified, that is given 90% of work certified. So we'll directly take the shortcut method, 90 upon 100. Good everyone. 8,22,000 into 2/3, 2/3 into 90 divided by 100. That comes to 4,93,200. So out of the notional profit, 4,93,200 will be transferred to profit and loss account, and remaining will be transferred to reserves. That is also asked what amount of reserve profit is to be maintained. So amount to be kept as reserve. Okay, amount to be kept as reserve will be equal to, from notional profit 8,22,000. From notional profit 8,22,000, we subtract amount transferred to P&L account 4,93,200. Okay, do it. 8,22,000 minus 4,93,200. So 3,28,800. 3,28,800 is going to be kept as reserve. So this is how we have to solve this. Objective questions can also come in your exams, and in the MCQ exams this kind of questions will only come. From MCQ exams point of view, this type of short question is very important. Now I'll discuss question 17A as well as question 20B, and you'll solve it on your own. 17A's solution I'll provide in front of you after you try, and 20B you'll try entirely on your own. So 17A I'm discussing, you all pause the video, try the solution on your own, then you'll find the solution in front of you, and then after that question 20B you'll try completely on your own. Look at it. The following details are available from the books of accounts of a contractor with respect to particular construction work for the year ended 31st March 2017. Now this is full-fledged questions. Contract price will have no entry. but it will be used in the workings to find the amount of, it will be used in the workings to find the amount of work done, percentage of work done. Depreciation on plant has no entry because there's a full-fledged question. So we have to write opening balance and then closing balance on the credit side. Materials consumed will come on the debit side. Planning and estimation cost will come on the debit side. Direct wages, debit side. Cost of plant installed at site, credit side. Okay. Now from this cost of plant 6 lakhs, if you subtract depreciation on plant 42,000, then remaining 5,58,000, you can see this plant at site's value. That will come on the credit side. So depreciation will have no entry. We will be recording cost of plant at site and closing balance of plant. Depreciation will automatically get recorded with these two things. Direct expenses debit side, establishment expenses debit side, make it establishment. Cost of work certified will come in credit side, work in progress. Head office expenses debit side. Cost of work uncertified credit side. Closing balances, make it 31st March 2017. Material at site, credit side. Accrued direct wages will add in direct wages, so put tick on direct wages. And amounts also. Accrued direct expenses will add in direct expenses, so put tick on direct expenses. Now direct expenses are 9,500, cancel this 55. Okay, direct expenses are 9,500 and plant at site, make a line up to this 5,58,000. 90% of cash is received from cost of work certified, that will help us in workings. You are required to prepare the contract account for the year ended 31st March 2017. So all of you solve this entire question on your own and then I'll have the solution in front of you and you can verify whether you did it correct or not. A lot of practice has been done for this kind of question, so you all must be able to solve on your own. Yes, I hope everyone would have done the solution. Check your answers now. See, very first we have contract price 95 lakhs, no entry. Depreciation, no entry. Material consumed 35 lakhs 76,000 in contract account debit side. Direct wages paid, planning and estimation cost 3 lakhs on debit side. Then direct wages 30 lakh 50,500 in inner column. In that you would add this accrued direct wages 75,000. So 31 lakh 25,500. Cost of plant installed 6 lakhs on debit side. Direct expenses 1 lakh 50,000 in inner column plus accrued 9,500. So 1 lakh 59,500. Establishment expenses 2 lakh 20,000 debit side. Work certified 82 lakhs credit side in work in progress. Head office expenses 2 lakh 75,000 debit side. Work uncertified 3 lakh 20,000 credit side. Total work in progress 85 lakh 20,000. Materials at site 80,000 credit side. Then accrued direct expenses and direct wages we have added already. Plant at site 5 lakh 58,000 on credit side. Now total of credit side comes to 91 lakh 58,000 both the sides. If you subtract debit side amounts, you all must get notional profit of 9 lakh 2,000, which you will bring in the next part on credit side. Now percentage of work done workings, you all must check it. Work certified, that is 82 lakhs upon contract price 95 lakhs into 100. Okay, 82 lakhs upon 95 lakhs into 100. So you all must be able to obtain this 86.32 percentage. Now 86.32 percentage is between 51 to 90%. So 2/3 into NP into CR upon WC will be transferred to P&L account. That is 2/3 into notional profit is 9 lakh 2,000. Okay, notional profit is 9 lakh 2,000 into cash received upon work certified is given as 90%. So 90 upon 100. So you all must get this amount 5,41,200 to be transferred to P&L account. So your debit side 541,200 goes to P&L account and 9,02,000 minus 541,200, 3,60,800 reserves. That will be taken on the opposite side. Work in progress 85,20,000 on debit side and Balance brought down of this 80 plus 5,58,000, 6,38,000 on the debit side. Now this question 20b I will discuss and you'll try completely on your own. I'll not give the solution also in front of you. You must be able to get it correct. From the following details available from the books of accounts of a contractor with respect to a particular construction work, prepare contract account for the year ended 31st March 2016. 11 marks question has been asked in their exams. Contract price, no entry, but it will be used in the workings to find percentage of work done. Cash received from contractee, no entry, but from that we can find work certified, which will come in contract account on credit side. Now 80% of work certifieds will make that working. Work certified 100, cash received 80, so cash received 70,91,000. Work certified will be how much? We have done it earlier, so you must be able to do it. Materials sent to site, debit side. Planning, not printing, make it planning and estimation, debit side. Direct wages, debit side. Cost of plant, debit side. Direct expenses, debit side. Establishment expenses, debit side. Materials returned to stores, credit side. Head office expenses, debit side. Work uncertified, credit side in work in progress. Materials at site, credit side in closing balances. Accrued direct wages plus indirect wages. Accrued direct expenses plus indirect expenses. So put tick on direct wages and direct expenses. And value of plant as revalued on credit. A lot of practice has been done, so you all must be able to solve question 20b entirely on your own. That will be all for this lecture. In the next lecture, I'll be taking up with a new point of escalation clause. Okay. Bye everyone. See you in the next lecture. Take care.